What is up and welcome back. We are your Colorado real estate family, and in this video right here, what we're going to be doing is covering five cons if we were moving into Denver, because obviously we're from Denver. We take the majority of these from our clients, what they're kind of telling us when they are moving to Denver. Gosh, I wish I knew this.
All right, let's go.
Before we dive into this video, guys, Pete and Chelsea Sweeney, we have a team of licensed realtors who are helping out those of you who are planning on calling Denver your next home. So if you are planning on purchasing real estate here in the beautiful state of Colorado, give us a call or text the phone number right below. Right below right there, we always answer. It doesn't matter date or time.
And if you're not quite ready to pull the trigger or give us a call, no worries. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified every single time we put out a new video. Don't forget that thumbs up. If you're liking the content of this, we want to see you like it. That's the best way to show us that this is content that you guys like.
Now, for those of you who have stuck around for a little bit, been watching us for 6 months up to, what have we been, 2-3 years old so far, I know what you're thinking right now. You're like, wait, something's different about Pete. And I know exactly what it is. It's the boutique shirt, right? How many times have I talked about boutique? I've always brought up how I needed to get the shirt made. Chelsea finally got it made for me, so that's why I am rocking the boutique shirt. If you are unfamiliar with that, go check out. I think we did a few in the Fort Collins videos or something like that. Anyways, boutique is pretty much what I call the boutiques here in the Denver metro area.
Well, let's be real. If you're not new to this channel, that is not the biggest difference here. Peter's rocking the stash. I went on a work trip, came back, and got that. But you know what? We're in Colorado. If you can't rock a mustache, usually they do it in November though.
November, yep. And it's, I just decided I had a wild hair, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna give myself a mustache.
I'm not gonna do what everyone else does. All right, let's dive into the content of this video. And the first con that we're gonna be talking about if moving into Denver is that inner city commute. And I could go on a rant, I'm not going to, but I will say there is a very clear inner city driving that you have to be aware of when moving into Denver.
Yeah.
And I do think it has very clear boundaries for the most part, except for when you're on the east side of town. But if you are going down I-25, and you will see I-25 do this whoop, little circle around Denver, whoop, that is going to be when things start to change. So anything on the inner circle. So if you were to pretend to carry that circle all the way around the east side of Denver, that inner circle of Denver is going to be inner city driving. I'm talking one ways, right? We always talk about how I don't like to go downtown because there's a bunch of one ways, and I very quickly, because of the one ways, will be like, oh my god, I'm 12 blocks away from where I'm supposed to be because I couldn't figure out which direction to go. So anyways, there's one ways. It's crowded. There are sirens. I was downtown for a conference this last week, and sirens go. I was trying to take really pretty B-roll, and it's like woo woo. And I'm like, okay, it definitely feels like city traffic. There's business hours, so people have somewhere to go. So if you are looking to move to the inner city of Denver, you're gonna want to look at different ways to commute, whether you're grabbing a scooter or if you're taking an Uber, or if you can go on our commuter rail. That might be the best way, or walk. Hey, it's a walkability down in Denver, but be prepared for that inner city commute.
Yeah, even the Uber drivers get confused when they are driving in the inner city of downtown. You're like, I want to go right here. And then you kind of have an idea where you need to go in order to get there. And you're like, dude, where are you going? He's like, I don't know. The Uber app is taking me this way. It's like, that's not the way to go.
Yeah.
It's just pretty confusing. We haven't experienced this as much in a few of these larger cities as Denver is. Hopefully it gets better. I don't know how to make it better, but let's just hope that the inner city commute does become better in the future.
I just mentioned to you guys, I went to a conference downtown. I thought I was gonna die in my Uber driver. I had to not tip as well, which is the first time this has happened, but because they drive it all the time, be prepared that your Uber driver is gonna be taking shortcuts. They're gonna be weaving in and out. It is just a busier type of living right there.
The second con in regards to Denver, Colorado are those property taxes. We have been seeing huge tax hikes these last few years. My personal thing is I think it's because of Gallagher. Ever since Gallagher was repealed by Amendment B, we've been seeing property taxes go up like our house. I could not believe. I was like, you're kidding me, right? It's going up that much, and we see that everywhere. So we are in Adams County, and we've heard so many people saying how Adams County is being overrun with all these people who are fighting their property tax bills because they have hiked so much. I think that Gallagher definitely kept a ceiling on how much our tax is going up. Since it has been gone, we have a property tax problem. Something that Colorado, actually Denver, was always known for. It's like, yes, we do have state income tax, but they have quite low property taxes. That might not be the case anymore. We might have property taxes more along the lines of some of these larger cities like Chicago, LA, and all this stuff, which, so you have that incorporated with also your state income tax. It might become a little bit more pricey when it comes to taxes in the Denver metro area.
So give them an example. I can't even remember, what was our property tax that came in this last year?
Oh, so it's all based on the mill levy, and the assessment of your property or whatever. So it came in, and it's like, I think initially I think our house almost doubled in the assessment ever since Gallagher was repealed. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. And we even fought it, but I think because I went in and I sent them like a booklet of why my house isn't worth that much, they're probably like, no, denied, because I'm not going to read that 20-page report on why you think your house is worth this much. But there's a lot of people who are fighting. They're like, you know what? No, this is ridiculous. My property taxes should not be this much. And it's like, we're talking like, some houses that they start at like $6,000, bumping up to $10,000 a year. Mm-hmm. That's a huge increase, guys, for a lot of people who, the payments are like, I want to keep my mortgage right around here. And now it's raising up like crazy. And so it's like, it is hindering a lot of people in regards to the homeowners living in Denver, Colorado.
All right, the third con, which I can speak to very well, is going to be allergies.
I can't because I don't have allergies.
Yeah, I'm throwing darts at you right now. Anyways, in Colorado, you all know we have a dry climate, which comes with its own set of problems of chapstick and a plethora of lotion. However, the other thing is that we don't have humidity to knock down things in the air. And so we have wind, and we have a lot of beautiful, we have 4 seasons. So we have things that grow in each season, and we have wind pretty consistently anymore. So that is going to have allergies across the board. We have ragweed, we have cotton, we have pretty much some of the big, the grasses.
All the pollens.
Because Colorado is so beautiful and known for the outdoors and the beautiful landscaping, be prepared that we do have a lot of allergens. Now, the good news is with each season, sometimes you can get around it, unless you're someone like me who has an allergy for each season. So cotton will come up in the springtime, and then usually okay for a second, but ragweed comes up in the summer, and then the fall, everything blows everywhere, and you're pretty much SOL. And then I do not actually have allergies in the winter, but a lot of other people do. That comes with mold and moisture and things like that. When we left Colorado for a vacation, I was having the worst allergies ever. We went to one of our properties in Florida, and my allergies instantly went away. I looked into it after that, and I was looking into, does the humidity play a role in this? It actually does. Some of the humidity will help with, it said, symptoms of not only cold but also allergens. Be prepared if allergies is a thing for you, that you're probably going to find one in one season or another.
The fourth con in regards to Denver, we're going to be talking about that altitude, and it might not be exactly what you think. Yes, Denver is a high altitude at 5,280 feet, the mile-high city. You are going to get a little bit of that altitude sickness. We have heard it from a few of our clients who are coming up here, from a little bit lower levels, like sea level and all those good things. But then also something to note with this high altitude is your UV rays are going to be a little bit stronger. From what we're seeing, 6 to 10% for every 1,000 feet you go up. So you're looking at potentially 50% stronger UV rays up in Denver. Yes, this is something that we are hearing from our clients, that they do feel like they get sunburned a little bit easier. They do feel like they do have to have those sunglasses because the sun does seem pretty intense up here.
Yeah, and we don't even have to wait to hear from our clients, because I'm a redhead naturally and I have a lot of freckles, if you can't tell via the screen. So be prepared that, yes, if your arm is out the window too long and you're stuck in traffic, you could potentially get burnt on your left arm.
It happens a lot. It happens quite a bit, guys.
I'm like, oh no, now my arms are off color. But yes, going to, and everybody, if you don't know us, we do have properties in other states like Missouri and Florida, and going to, sea level, we just don't burn as much. And then as soon as we're back home, we're like, oh my gosh, the sun is so intense.
Yeah, I literally never have to put on sunscreen or sunblock at all down in Florida, where, Colorado, I still have to lie there, but, at least
like
twice.
Like once or twice,
Yeah,
maybe.
Once or twice, something like that.
I'm like every 20 minutes, I'm like, okay, so I'm good. All right, but yeah, if you are also with the altitude sickness, really quick, if you are retiring there and you are on oxygen, it's something that you're also going to be looking at. The nurse in me wants to come in and just say, hey, definitely something to think about whether or not you're going to be kind of in the Denver and surrounding areas, or if you're heading up to our mountains, because obviously the altitude is going to increase the further in the mountains you go. So that's something to keep in mind if you're going to come here and retire. We're having a lot of retirees recently coming in and making this their beautiful home. So just considering kind of your lung function at that point.
The fifth and final con that we're going to be covering, and I hate to say this, like I said, I am a 5th generation native to Denver. I was born in Denver. is it's not friendly. It
We're
sucks
gonna
saying
get
it.
darts big time.
We are for sure. It's just not when we go elsewhere. Kind of more majority like small towns and stuff like that. God, it is so refreshing to have like someone that's super friendly or the locals that are super friendly. And Denver just isn't there. We tried recording a video where we pretty much asked people questions about who did relocate to Denver and stuff like that. And no one wanted to give us the time of day. Where you go up into like Fort Collins, everyone wanted to be there and answering questions and stuff, and it's just not very friendly.
Well, the funny thing about that video too is that we were wanting to do a native Colorado video. So not only could we not find a lot of natives in Denver to do that interview, but the ones that we did find, they were busy. I think the big thing about Denver is it's the grind. It's the business atmosphere. Not everyone's in suits, but you do see a lot of that down in Denver, and that people are busy. They've got things to do. So whether they're trying to be rude or not, it just kind of seems a little rude and standoffish. Another thing is when we do travel and we go like the south, like I was traveling a little bit here and there, we are fast paced. People are like, wow, you talk really fast. And we're like, yeah, I guess you do, but it's because
we got told recently that we talk proper, and I was
very
like,
proper.
Because you go down south and you hear that slang, and it's like, do I have an accent to you? Like, no, you just talk really proper.
Like really crisp.
Or wait, why did I have to? It sounded English. I didn't sound Southern at all.
Oh my god.
But I will kind of say that it's not just the fast pace. Restaurants, the service is not that great. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like that's something that I always kind of pay attention to. It's like, guess what? The waitress, I mean, you need to be served, right? You want that friendly service, them kind of being attentive and stuff like that. It's hard to find in Denver, and it bugs me nuts because it's like, you don't have to be here. You go work somewhere else if you seriously hate your job that much. Yeah. And it seems like we're running into it all the time in restaurants in Denver.
Yeah, and the other thing too is, are all people in Denver rude? No. Are all servers horrible? Absolutely not. Nope. But I'm telling you, a little bit of good friendly service goes a long way.
Oh yeah, I'm going like 25% gratuity on that. I'm like, wow, we found it. There you go.
Let's talk about gratuity a little bit.
Oh.
There's not a lot of incentive in some of our restaurants to actually have really good service. I mean, I used to work as a waitress, guys. I made like $3 an hour, and if I didn't have good customer service, I was walking away with like probably less than what gas cost me at the time, okay? And I'm saying, like, I had to work hard to get my gratuity, like all of my tips. Now there are a lot of built-in gratuity, and so to me, especially in an entry-level position, how are we supposed to get some of these kids to like rise up and like find this customer service
if there's no motivation to have customer service, like I'm gonna get a tip one way or another at 20%, so who cares whether or not I'm good to you? So
if you are moving to Denver, if none of this steers you away from Denver, and you are in like hospitality, whether you're in restaurants or the hotel industry, any hospitality, if you come with like either some southern charm or just friendly environment, like you will do so good in Denver.
That's true.
All right, we have talked about 5 cons. These are hard to talk about, but you have to know it, and they still bother us to this day. So it's something that either it's going to bother you or you're going to be able to live through it. We still live through it and we still love it, but it's something that we feel like we have to share with you. So if this is content that you like, hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and hit the notification bell so you're notified every single time we put out a new video.
And of course, guys, if you are looking at purchasing real estate in the Denver metro area, give us a call or text the phone number right below. Right below right there, we always answer. It doesn't matter day or time. Until next time, we love you. Bye.
Bye.